Hello, it's Annette here. Let me ask you a question. Is this your everyday? At work, do you find yourself constantly worrying that one small mistake will make people think less of you? Perhaps you check your emails over and over before sending them. Maybe you stay late trying to make sure everything you do is perfect. Or you feel terrible if someone points out even a tiny mistake. It can feel as though making any mistake, be it ever so small, means you failed.
Aha! I think I know what's going on here. This sounds like the sixth bad message that we learn in a difficult childhood. And it is, you must be perfect or nobody will love you. If you grew up believing that love or approval depended on always getting everything right and always winning and always being successful, it's easy to become frightened of ever making any mistakes. You find yourself going around thinking, I can't get this wrong. Everyone will notice my mistake and they'll all think I'm useless. Constantly worrying about making mistakes at work is an exhausting way to go through your work life.
So how does this happen? How do we learn this sixth bad message? If a child grows up seeing that they only get praise and acceptance when they do well and achieve something, like when they win a race or a competition, or when they get top marks in an exam, if this is happening, then they can end up learning the sixth bad message. And it is, you must be perfect or nobody will love you. If a child isn't successful, they may find that they are criticized or ridiculed or even ignored. The sad thing is that the child learns this message and it gets stored in their subconscious mind. It stays there so that as the child grows into an adult, they still carry this bad message in their subconscious mind. So, as an adult, they still end up feeling they must be perfect in all that they do, or nobody will like them, or love them, or accept them. So if we take work as an example, the adult never accepts that they can make any mistake at work. This makes work a constant, stressful challenge with no room for error. But nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes. And making mistakes doesn't mean you're a failure. It makes you human. So what do we do if we are being controlled by the sixth bad message? Let's ask Dotty.
So how do we stop letting this bad message control what we think about ourselves? We use nip and flip. And how do we nip? When you hear yourself thinking, oh, I can't make any mistake here or else I'm a failure, you nip that thought. You nip it in the bud. You don't let it in the door. You don't entertain it. You challenge it by asking yourself, are people really judging me this harshly? Or am I judging myself because of what I learned as a child? Then you flip it. And how do you do this? You flip it to a good message. You replace the bad message with a good message. For example, you tell yourself, I don't need to be perfect in order for people to like me and love me. I can make mistakes. It's normal to make mistakes. I know I do my very best at work, and it's totally okay if I make a mistake from time to time. It doesn't mean that I failed, and it doesn't mean that people will not like me. I accept when others make mistakes, So it's time I accept this about myself too. I do not need to hold myself to such a high standard, as I'm human. I'm not a robot. I tell myself that doing my best is enough, and I don't have to be perfect to be valued. When you use nip and flip, you retrain the brain to think the truth about who you are, and it is that you do not need to be perfect. It takes time to retrain the brain, so you have to practice nip and flip over and over whenever a bad message sneaks into your mind. The more you practice nip and flip, the easier it becomes to quieten the old bad message. Using nip and flip stops the past controlling the present. You retrain your brain to think good things about yourself, and in time you find yourself believing these good things. You end up liking yourself, and you end up with self-confidence. So, when you hear yourself saying, "Oh, I can't make any mistake here," use nip and flip and see how it transforms what you tell yourself into a good message about yourself. Now, I want to tell you something important. Me, Petal and Blossie, we really woof you. If you're finding these videos helpful, please like and subscribe, as it helps YouTube show these videos to more people who may find them helpful. Thank you for listening.